It's time for your Monday Market Monitor, so stay tuned to find out what is happening with listings and sales in the Real Estate Board of Greater Vancouver. All right, it's time to dive into the numbers for June 18th to June 24th for 2022 for the Real Estate Board of Greater Vancouver. Top of our list is new listings. Last week, we saw the number of new listings dropping again, with just 968 of them brought to the market. This is unexpected, steady summertime decline. As I've mentioned before, many people are out enjoying the summer weather that we have been desperately waiting for. So for some of those people, listing a home is taking a back seat. And again, listing a home at this time of year may not be the right idea for all sellers, mainly because you have over half the buyer pool out of town or focused on other things. And I don't know about you, but for me, it really does feel like more people than usual are traveling or out of town this summer. And if that's the case, then as a seller, would you not want to wait until everybody is back in town to ensure that the marketing your agent is doing was able to capture the entirety of the buyer pool? Well, it's just something to be aware of and a decision that every seller has to make for themselves. As for the expired listings, we see the number has risen slightly. Last week, 58 properties came off the market and 67 this past week. So some pretty steady numbers there. And what else is steadily increasing? Well, you guessed it, price changes. Week over week, we've seen an almost 10% increase in price adjustments. So we're back to this concept that many of the sellers out there are actually trying to catch the falling knife when it comes to pricing. It's never a comfortable position for a seller to be in, especially in a market where pricing matters most. Agents really need to create a pricing strategy to educate their sellers with real-time data about sales and listings. They need to be able to bring marketing data to their sellers to ensure that they have a complete picture when they're making the decision to do a price adjustment. Because failing to do so could result in more wasted time on the market. Now, the number that actually surprised me the most from last week are the sales. We hit 550 sales last week, which is the highest number of sales in the last 4 weeks, by quite a bit actually. And when you dig into these numbers, shit actually gets a little crazy. Of the 550 sales, 143 of them sold for list price or above. That is 26% of the sales are still selling in either multiples or buyers are looking to secure a property and the list price is fair, so they're paying it. What this means for buyers is that despite the cooling in the market, you can still easily run into multiple offer situations and you need to have all your ducks in a row if you are going to secure a home. For sellers, it means price is king. I know I sound like a broken record, but if you want a successful home sale, you need to be on spot with your listing price, or you run the risk of being one of the 467 properties that had price changes this past week. And I know that's not what you want. So if you're looking for some really direct, trusted advice in this market, shoot me a message. I would be happy to have an honest conversation about it with you. That's all for your Real Estate Board of Greater Vancouver numbers for July 18th to 24th. Thanks again for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next collective communique.